Yeah, I'm slacking on my job here. I gotta post a few more links here, and then I'll just get right into it, man. You're listening to the Knights of the Round Table at www.shazizradio.com. If you want to join in on the chat, look for it yourself, because I'm not going to tell you where it's at. That's it. Anyway, yeah, superchat.html, Shaziz Radio. Get over there. Be there, be square. Let me see here. Hold on. Don't be in such a doggone hurry. I got links to post and all that kind of stuff. So mellow out, man. Anyway, I titled today's show "Global Warming Lie." And side note is I'm pissed off. Put me on the list. We'll get right to that here pretty quick. I just got to finish posting links because I forgot to post them and let everybody know what was going on. So we can't have people missing out on the fun, you know. So we got to get everybody gathered up. Yeah. What'd you say, Dave?
My dog. You gotta let them out.
Gotta let your dogs out?
One anyway. The other one's sleeping.
Do we got to sing that song? Who let the dogs out? Who? What do you think? All right. I think I got it posted everywhere. And let me see what else I got to do here. Do. All right. Yeah, I got it. Man. All right. Let's start off sharing the screen there. That would be good. Share screen. We don't need audio to share a screen or anything like that. We just need photos, man. Because all those little the little green people, the ones that are all running around, the little wee green people that are hollering about climate change and climate disruption and global warming and whatever it's going to be next week when the math don't add up. Man, go watch my video, How to Properly Panic During Global Warming.
Yeah.
You need to see it. It's educational. It'll save your life, man. Hold on, let me hit the refresh over here and make sure that's going through.
You think everything's warm now? Wait till we start nuking the place.
What'd you say about nuking the place?
Do you think it's warm now? Wait till we start nuking the place.
Oh yeah, then we can call it global warming, because that'll be the truth. But look, man, it was a lie the first time they said it. It was a lie the second time they said it. It was a lie the third time, the fourth time, the fifth time, the sixth time, the seventh time, and after they changed the name, it was still a lie, and they changed the name again, it was a lie yet even more. And now that it's become such a like a religion now, they really want to block you out and not let you talk about things. And like YouTube right now, if I say climate change, global warming, climate disruption, and it's a fake, it's a lie. Now I'll have this tag underneath my my YouTube video, or they'll probably take it down for egregious disinformation.
Yeah. Egregious scientific misinformation.
Yeah. I'll take them to court. They take this one down, I'm taking them to court. I'm gonna make them show all these scientists. I'm gonna make them show all the consensus, and then I'm gonna make them show all the ones that are saying it's a lie.
Yeah.
Crude oil, a gift from God. It is in everything, and you can never run out. It's a beautiful, wonderful thing. All right. So they try to make out like this is scarce, and it's not. I mean, you can make it in your backyard. You can make it in your garage. You can make it in a lab. You can customize your own hydrocarbons and customize your own fuels and all that kind of stuff. And it's not even rocket science. It's simple, you know, a little bit of pyrolysis, some fractional distillation, you know, you can do a whole lot. And then if you want to get, you know, really high tech, you add a little bit of hydrogen technology in there, and you can literally custom design your own molecules and such. You know, these people out there that believe in, if personally, okay, you call it how you want to call it. But if you believe in global warming, climate change, or climate disruption as the mainstream narrative explains it, then you're stupid. You didn't pay attention in science class. You have an aura of ignorance around you. And I'm sorry to say it, and it might sound rude, and it might make you feel bad, and they might call that hate speech because I called you a big dummy. But that's the truth. You know, my mom believes in global warming. She says, it's real. Yeah, around July it gets kind of warm. What month are we in? January now?
Yeah, cold, the end of.
Cold as hell outside. You could be shoveling 2 feet of snow off your driveway. Go watch my global warming freaks video. You know, I'm shoveling 2 feet of snow off my driveway, and all this time, you know, people running around doing the global warming thing, climate change and climate disruption and all that kind of crap. And, you know, when you're sitting there shoveling 2 feet of snow off your damn driveway, it's kind of hard to tell somebody that the planet's heating up. Oh, yeah. The ice caps are melting, and the polar bears are going to drown. Dave, do you think polar bears are going to drown?
I don't know. We have some polar bear thing here that we can go and see the polar bears inside a building. So
yeah,
I don't think they're drowning, but you know.
Did you know that polar bears could swim for miles?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good swimmers.
And if you think a grizzly bear gets mean, try a polar bear.
Yeah, go up there and smack a polar bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not advocating you go smack a polar bear, you big dummies.
Yeah, it'll turn around, tear your head off, and use it as a football.
Yeah. So if you want to find out who started the lie, follow the yellow brick road. If you want to find out who's behind all the corruptions of the world, follow the yellow brick road. If you want to find out who's starting all the wars in the world, follow the yellow brick road. They say he who has the gold makes the rules. Do not give them your money, and they will not have the power. It's as simple as that. But look, you know, they were running around saying these YouTubers were getting paid by big oil. And it's a lie. I mean, look, I want my money from big oil. Big oil, if you're listening, I will promote your product. Okay, I am the king of climate deniers, old and new climate deniers. So the old style climate denying and the new style, I am the king of climate denying. All right, global warming is fake, it's a fraud, it's lie, it's theft, it is criminal, it is bogus science, and anyone out there who says otherwise is lying to you, plain and simple. They're trying to steal from you. They want power over you. They want you to allow little children to go out there in rare mineral mines and lithium mines and mine, materials and even the gold, you know, get out there and mine your gold for you wealthy people. They want slave labor from children to go out and work in factories so that you can go to all your big box stores and you can buy your products for a fraction. And to you, it's a fraction, but because it's only $1 or something, you know, $1.25 now. If you go to the $1.20, I call it the $100 store, because by the time you get out there, you bought 100 products. Nonetheless, they take it and they slave labor, make this stuff, then turn around and sell it to the general public worldwide for a 300% or more markup. And so you have children's blood on your hands. All right. All of you out there going out there buying from these criminals. All right. And when you're wearing your fancy gold jewelry and all that, you got blood on your hands, and you got it around your neck too. All right. When you're wearing all this fancy silver jewelry and you have no idea where it came from, you know, you got blood around your hands and on your neck. and then all these little geeks that run around there gluing their hands to the street because of big oil and all that. You got I don't know what you'd want to call it. I wouldn't necessarily call it blood, but you got the stupidity in the brains of the people that you uneducated by your indoctrination. You literally taught them how to be mentally ill. And now you have a whole bunch of mentally ill people out there getting in the middle of the street, blocking streets, when eventually somebody's going to get tired of it. They're going to snap. They're going to drive their car right through the crowd. It's going to happen. It has happened. There's people are tired of being, run over by idiots. They're tired of having their cities burnt down. They're tired of the people going in and stealing all the products off the shelves. The slave labor products that we talked about earlier. People are going in and robbing stores and they're stealing off the shelves, which is raising the money up even more. Now, they didn't help the people in the community by doing this, and they definitely didn't help the children that are using slave labor to make your products that you're buying. So, that's just the truth. If you don't like it, I'm sorry that you are unintelligent and you couldn't care less about the life of children or human trafficking, and you want to holler about slavery, but you allow modern day slavery to just thrive. There's people coming across the border who are indentured servitudes to the drug cartels now. And they are going to have to work for so many years to pay their debt to these drug cartels for getting them across the border illegally. And we have a federal government who's literally allowing these people to come across there, violating the Constitution, literally openly committing treason, and with impunity, not being held accountable for nothing. And so on top of all that, the climate change lie, the fraud, the perversions of our schools, the perversions of our movies. Hollywood is just a disgusting, nasty, satanic pit of snakes, and it's disturbing to even watch anything. And what used to be, we thought, was a good thing. Freaking Disney, Walt Disney, he probably rolling over in his grave. Who knows? He might even been involved. Hard to say. But now Walt Disney is nasty. I wouldn't watch it. I wouldn't allow my children to watch it. It's disgusting. I wouldn't buy none of their products. Mickey Mouse used to be cool. Minnie Mouse used to be cool, and all the little characters and all that. And it's sad that you disgraced what used to be something nice. You turned everything inside and out. Now everything is freaking disgusting as hell. And so, with that said, where do you go to from there? It's a good question. Going back over here, this crude oil, it's a gift from God, right? It's in everything. We use it in medicine. We use it in, that's another thing too. Go back and look at the oil billionaires who actually got this stuff started, and then they turn around and got their fingers into the pharmaceutical industry. So they're playing both sides of the fence. Instead of natural medicine, now you've got synthetic medicines made from what? Crude oil. This black gold, this Texas tea that made Jed a millionaire kind of thing. Either way, that's what you're looking at, and all these people out there who are sitting down there being apologists for all the criminals of the world and apologists for all the climate change lie. I'm not going to give them a freaking inch. I'm not going to give them a millimeter, a centimeter, a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a micrometer. I'm not giving them nothing. Global warming is a lie. It was a lie the first time they told it, and it's still a lie to this very day. We're not talking about natural occurrences, storms, natural this or natural whatever. We're not talking about natural earthquakes or anything like that. You want to talk about destruction? When you're doing fracking and you're cracking up the ground and you're sucking the hydraulic pressure out from underneath the ground and you end up with sinkholes all over the place, that's an act of God. You can't get paid from your doggone insurance company if it's an act of God. Of course, they don't believe in God, yet they'll tell you that it's an act of God to get out of paying. So while they're pumping all this crap up under there and they're blowing this water up under the ground and they're cracking up the ground to get the natural gases and the oils out, you just know this. It was not necessary to begin with because you can make this stuff out of crap that falls in your yard. All right, this is everything that falls in your yard. We live in a carbon-based world. If you got an old pond out back, you can dig all the silt out of that pond, and that's the beginning stages of this black crud right here that they call crude oil. And all you have to do is cook it and basically do just like the earth does. You can make this stuff. You don't have to go out and fight wars over it. You don't have to send your children into the meat grinder to be able to have the fuel necessary to run your car or the materials necessary to make your chapstick and your lipsticks and your makeups and all that kind of stuff. There's oil in seeds all over. All different types of seeds have oils in there. There's wood, hedge trees, doggone locust trees. There's tons of stuff out there. Hemp seeds have oil in there. You can get oil from all over the place. So,
yeah, and you can make synthetic now.
Yeah. Go ahead, Dave. I need a breath.
Yeah, you need a breath. Hey, listen, I happen to believe that, but to me anyway, it appears that they want us all to become part of the lollipop guild because they think we're a bunch of suckers.
Yeah. Well, when people don't complain when somebody's lying, when you just go along with it, and just humor them, you don't hold them accountable. This CCDH, Center for Countering Digital Hate, is the digital hate. These ones are, see, it's the ones that are calling you Nazis who are Nazis. It's the Antifas that are left are calling you fascists who are fascists. And all these different racist groups like the Black Lives Matter that goes out and steals money from people. Everybody feels like they gotta donate to them. Did that money go to help anybody out? No, didn't help nobody in the community. Matter of fact, they went out and bought mansions with it. They got in all kinds of trouble over that deal right there. But nonetheless, go read their doggone deal. Marxist ideologies, socialist ideologies. And so, if you ain't going to stand up for the truth, then don't stand up at all. Sit down and shut your mouth and just play the game. That's how it is, But I'm pissed off because I'm not on this list. You go scroll on down on all this deal right here. I'll post a link to this PDF file out here that they put down, and it's got all their lies and bogus propaganda and all their dang supposed research and everything. But you'll get on down, there's a section down there that has a list of YouTubers that, are the new climate deniers kind of thing. And it really pisses me off because I'm the king of their lie, their climate lie denier. And I'm denying their lie. And basically, that's what it is. They lied. I'm denying. I'm debunking their lie. Their lie is criminal. It has caused so much problems in this world. It is just disgusting. But they get by with it. Huh?
It's not only that. How many times are you hearing anything about the reversal of the magnetic poles? And it is happening. It's happening. The poles are reversing. It happens apparently every 6,000 years. And it's major changes to the planet, and that would have major effect on so-called climate and whatever else. But again, to me, I believe it's all cyclical.
Well, even on
it's warm.
Even on the supposed pole shift thing out there and the Planet X and all the other crazy crap that keeps coming around. If the world is as science says that it is, then the pole shift is a bold-faced lie. Now, that something would literally have to be completely different for us to have a pole shift. Now, maybe possibly a momentary pole shift from a electromagnetic pulse coming from the Earth and stuff, from the sun. But as far as the Earth just flipping polarity every so often, not possible. not even remotely possible. We're supposedly spinning on our axis 1,000 miles an hour on our axis. Anybody knows anything about electricity and the right-hand rule and all that kind of stuff? In order for you to flip that polarity, you've got to change the polarity. You've got to change the power going in the opposite direction. That would be instantaneously catastrophic, and there would be no life left in this world at all, period. It would be done. All right, but you got instance where they showed in the doggone lava, and lava has a temperature section in there. There's a golden what do you call it, a sweet spot in there temperature wise. So if you got magnetic flux going, you got, let's say if the magnetic lines flips this way for a brief second, and it takes all this molten metal and stuff, and it kind of rotates it and puts a line in there, and then as soon as it gets down to the part where it starts to cool down, it'll freeze right there, and then the next one in line, it'll look different. That's why they keep saying that the pole has been shifting back and forth, but it would be nowhere near what they're talking about. Nowhere near. If we got hit with a massive electromagnetic pulse from the sun, we'd be done anyway. It's not even nothing to worry about. But it's all natural. Even if that was the case, but they would have to re-engineer science in order to match up to even the pole shift deal. When it comes down to freaking the hole in the ozone layer, they were trying to say that hairspray was creating a hole in the ozone layer. And then NASA, well, look, we got a hole in the ozone layer, right? Well, all over this earth, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, there is lightning going on continuously. We live in an electromagnetic spectrum of biblical proportions. There's lightning everywhere. There's places on the earth where there's constant lightning. And so what happens when all those millions of volts of electricity are screeching through the hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen and other trace gases of the atmosphere? Well, it's literally producing ozone. So we live in a self-contained biosphere of epic proportions. There's nothing you're ever going to run out of. The earth is constantly changing. It's mixing, it's churning, it's doing all kinds of things. It's rumbling over here, spitting out lava and all kinds of gases, more gases than you'll have in all the cars. If you turn the start on every car you got and ran them for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, you couldn't keep up with that doggone one volcano sitting over there. It's not possible. But that's the lie that they tell everybody. See, they use theoretical science. They're not using physical science. They're using theoretical, like Neil deGrasse Tyson, the supposed science guy. He's a astrophysicist, right? A theoretical astrophysicist. So he can look at that little tiny light up in the sky, and he can tell you by the little tiny light and the blinking in the color spectrum how many planets are around it, which one's in the Goldilocks zone, this one's got this many moons and all that kind of stuff. And they're sitting around there telling you bold-faced freaking lies. They're making the crap up. There ain't no damn way, even with the Hubble telescope, where you could probably see out a little bit farther than your land base, because you ain't got all this distortion from the atmosphere. But they're literally sitting there telling you what they believe is going on. This light is supposedly millions of light years away. You try to take your camera and see how far you can see here on Earth. Try to do it. See, go look up the longest picture ever taken. A couple 100 miles is the longest pictures that are out there. But you're going to sit there and try to tell me that with this radio telescope and this other one, that you can look at that little teeny tiny light in the sky, and you're going to tell me what's going on over there. You're going to tell me what kind of gas is over there on that planet. This is a big gas giant, and it's 1,000,000 light years away. BS. Anyway, I'm not on this freaking list, and it pisses me off because I'm the king of climate deniers. Their climate change story is a lie. It's a bold-faced lie. It's a way to steal money from stupid people, And you know, these all you got to say big names on here. You got Blaze TV on there, and I saw Glenn Beck. He's the one that owns Blaze TV, I'm pretty sure. But you got all the big names on here. You don't have my name on there. That's what pisses me off, because I'm telling you, it's a lie. It's a bold-faced freaking lie. Climate change is a lie. It's a scam. It's a scam to rip people off. It's literally made to steal from you. If you're stupid, it's taking your money. A fool and his money is soon parted, is what they say. So, you know, call it what you want, but it's a lie. Anyway, sorry, Dave.
That's okay. You're having fun. See, I also believe that when we had these major earthquakes, we have these 9s and 9 point whatevers, that they do change the Earth's direction, I guess.
Well,
its axis. They change the axis. Not a lot, but it does change it.
Science says that the Earth is a molten metal core, and we're spinning at 1,000 miles an hour on our axis. Inside the Earth itself, you got everything from piezoelectric crystals such as quartz and everything that you got different types of metals, and you got thermoelectrics going on. You got static electricity going on, and so there's electrical power generating everywhere. This thing's massive according to the way science is. And so you're going to have to stop this thing and spin it back in the other direction in order to change the polarity on there. So if you got a doggone big giant magnetic pulse coming from the Earth, you got all this coming from the sun, you got all this big ball of plasma and electricity and magnetism, and it comes down, and we supposedly have this magnetosphere that surrounds our globe that we live on, right? And so what would happen in that instance is, as that comes by, it would literally stretch that field out like this right here, all right? And in that second, while this thing is stretching right here, anything down there like that lava that's flowing would show that there's a reversal going on in that lava. And then once that lava got to the point where it started cooling down right there at that sweet spot, and it cooled down, it would lock it like a thumbprint right in there. Right after that magnetic pulse finally went down, and the Earth snapped right back to where it was before. All right. So now you got a record that it happened, that this field had literally shifted this way. Now, when it comes down to the actual tilt of the Earth, if you have a massive freaking earthquake, since we're supposedly sitting on plates, so we're sitting on about this much crust as opposed to this much ball. And so then and only then you could get this shift of the tectonic plates to go like this, all right? And so it may not be a whole lot, but it's enough to change the weather patterns from top to bottom, all the way down. And the next portion of it is, if what science says is true, we're in an elliptical orbit around the sun. Let me see if I can get a couple little balls to play with. All right, I got these right here, man. All right, let's call this the sun, and we're going to call this the Earth, and then we're going to call this the moon. All right, so let's start with the sun. Let's start with the Earth and the moon. The Earth and the moon are tidally locked according to our science. That's why we only see one side of the moon ever as it's spinning around. It's like going like this. But it's staying facing us all the way around like that. All right, so it's constantly tugging on us. This is according to what science says. And so what's happening is it's creating a bulge at the equator that's causing our tidal activity. That's what science says. All right. So I'm gonna have to put the moon down. I think maybe I'll just try it anyway. We're in an elliptical orbit around the sun. We don't go in a perfect circle around it. It's kind of like we go out, and every so often we go closer to the sun than we did last time. And as we're going back out into space, when we're going back out into space, the massive gravitational pull of the sun is wanting to grab a hold of our hair and pull us back on the way like this. And so we get going back like that, and we get out there. And then eventually, when our moon is doing what it does around us, we're wobbling and doing this. And eventually, we work our way back around where we were before. And so there's our changes of the seasons and all that kind of stuff. We got, a 24-hour cycle of while we're spinning around this big mess. We're supposed to go around there something like 66,000 miles an hour, whoosh, whoosh, like this right here around that thing. And so we're getting the hell shake out of us. All right. And that's why if you look in this earth right here, there's cracks all over it. That's simple science, man. That's physical science. But they don't teach that in school anymore. There's your climate change. When the sun's in has thrown a fit, or when it goes to sleep, there's sunspots up there all the time, solar flares, and all these things happening that are affecting it. And so half the day we're in the daylight, and we grab all that radiant energy, and it's stored in the ground, and it's stored in all the objects around us. And that buys us some time, because in space, it is like 200 and some odd degrees negative in the shade and 200 and some odd degrees positive in the sun. That's what science tells us. So if you're on the moon and you're in the shade, you're going to get cold as hell. And if you're out there in the sunlight, you're going to get hot as hell. And so I don't even believe Elon Musk put his damn car up there. I think that car would have been a molten, frozen, broke up mess before it was all said and done. Either way, well, time will tell. Maybe one day it'll fall out of the sky and land in my yard, and then I'll tell everybody, yep, he really did it. That's physical science, though. Well, the rest of that crap is a lie. They're sitting there trying to tell you that running your car is causing all this trouble, and then all this CO2 and all the methane getting up in there, and in the parts per billion, parts per million, even if it was in the parts per million, parts per billion, you got this supposed greenhouse gas. Waters that would be the best greenhouse gas, but nonetheless, hey, what happened to the dinosaurs? If you want to know what happened to the damn dinosaurs, go watch my video, Caveman Killed the Dinosaur. And then you'll know. That's how it works. Because look, you're hollering about cow farts. What do you want to think that a doggone big giant T-Rex or one of those big giant dinosaurs, who's going to have the more capacity for gas, the little cow or the big dinosaur? All right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So don't get.
Or what they have now is the White House gas, trying to give us all the gas to make us believe that things are different than what they really are.
Well, they're lying. They're lying because they're criminals. They're doing insider trading. They're doing illegal gun running, drug trafficking, money laundering, human trafficking, and so much worse.
Yeah.
And every time somebody gets close to them, they commit suicide. How you shoot yourself in the back of the head 57 times and stab yourself in the neck when you leaped off the pier, kind of thing.
Your hands are tied.
Yeah. But when the narrative don't add up, that's when they get the supposed fact checkers involved. The Snopes of the world, the Wikipedias of the world. If you listen to Wikipedia, you are a dummy. If you listen to Snopes, you just flat out stupid. Yeah, I said it. I'm the king of the climate deniers, the new and old climate deniers. King Shaziz, you put me on that list, or I'm not going to stop creating a ruckus until you do. All right? I'm putting this video on YouTube. I'm gonna get my climate denier credit, and that way I'm gonna take a snapshot of that one. They're probably gonna kick me off of YouTube after this. What do you think, Dave? It's all right. They ripped me off anyway. They still owe me money. It was like 60 some odd
Yeah,
bucks.
you and a lot of others. They're demonetizing people left, right, and center for the truth. And of course, they're saying, well, that what we're saying is not true. But if you actually research it, what we're saying, it's true.
It's definitely true. And that they got me for supposed egregious medical disinformation. I never give nobody no damn medical advice and didn't have no egregious medical disinformation. And there ain't nothing wrong with your dang own freaking beliefs or opinions on stuff. Used to be that you could have a conversation without somebody butting in trying to say, oh, well, that's egregious medical disinformation. The hell you say? I ain't putting that crap in me.
Yeah, it's debate. It used to be called debate.
Yeah. You could talk about things. You could work it out. You could show your side of the story and they show their side of the story.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
No, now you're a racist or some other stupid thing that they like to call you. Because they only do that stuff because they can't win the argument.
Oh yeah, and it's getting old. Here's your racist thing. Sorry, I had something in my eye.
Yeah.
I got something in that eye too. There's your racist thing.
Yeah.
There's your hate speech. Yeah, you can get up there and you can take the American flag and you can burn it and wipe your butt with it and stomp on all over it, and you can disrespect America and you can talk bad about Christians all day long. But my God, if you say anything against climate change, suddenly you're and they want to deplatform you, demonetize you. They'd probably throw you in jail if they think they could get by with it.
Yeah. And there's two different ways of looking at the immigration thing. One side is immigration, the other one's invasion. And there's a big difference between immigration and invasion. Immigration is done properly. People are vetted.
You come through the legal channels. If you're coming across the river and you're not coming through the original gate, you're not coming through the door. And it's not fair to all those people who stood in line and did it by the book,
And the American people and Canadian people are starting to realize these clowns are coming over here, and some of these people are actually harming our citizens, and yet they won't stop it. They give them the benefit of the doubt, and it's just enough. But we pay for it. We pay for it all.
Well, it was all intentional. Every last bit of this.
It absolutely is. They're going to destroy us from the inside, turn us into communist countries. And you know what? The patriots are standing up and saying, you know what? That's not going to happen.
They want a global government. That's what it's all about. That's what the digital dollar is all about. They want a global government. And those that aren't wanting to comply, or they want to battle over who's in charge of the global government, that's why you see what you're seeing. When Gaddafi said that he wanted to be paid in gold instead of the dollar, suddenly he became an enemy of the state. When Saddam did the same thing, suddenly he became enemy of the state. And the next thing you know, we got things smashing into our towers, and they blame it on people from the Middle East, and then it turns out later on down the line, some people are saying Saudi Arabia was involved in it and that our own people were involved in it.
Yeah. Well, the digital dollar is nothing more than the carrot being dangled in front of our face. Really. It's not, because if you don't comply with what they want, they take the carrot away.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. It's all about power and control, man. And I'm sorry, these little people out there, these little zit-faced, skinny jeans, people think they're living in Nazi Germany, but they're not. They're not. They wouldn't be out there in the middle of Nazi Germany burning down the community. You think guys like Hitler would have done allowed that to happen? What about the old Soviet Union? Do you think the old Soviet Union, hell, even modern day Russia wouldn't tolerate that? Go over and try that in communist China. You know, go out there and get out there in crowds of people in communist China and start burning down the community and see what happens. They'll bring their military in and stomp your butt in the dirt. They'll put you down. You got by with that because you live in America. That's the only reason why you got by with that. You know, you go burn the Chinese flag in the middle of Tiananmen Square. See how well that goes. Go try that. Go try that in Russia. Yeah, go over to North Korea. Tell Kim Jong Un that haircut that he's got, and I would tell you could tell him I said it. That's a stupid looking haircut. You look like one of the Three Stooges, you moron. And you can't shoot a rocket straight, Rocket Man. Look like a damn bottle rocket. You damn junky old technology. Yeah, I said it. And then they're going to use that in the movie Jericho. They're going to say, "Oh, North Korea nuked us." No, they didn't. It was our own guys in that movie that did it. You gotta tell the truth. You gotta tell it like it is, right?
I agree.
They might not like me for saying it. And my mom probably gonna not like me because I said that anybody who believes in global warming is a dummy. But I'll have the debate with her. Say, Mom, you know I studied science. You know I spent my lifetime at it. And yet you're going to believe the TV over me? Yeah. My education sucks, and you failed as a parent. What do you think?
I think so.
You think I'll dig myself in deeper talking to her about it?
I'm pretty sure you will.
Yeah. But a man's got to do what a man's got to do. When you're right, you're right. What if my older brother's out of bed yet? That little lazy bum. He needs to get up out of bed. Anybody else you want to add in the pie there?
I'm just throwing up a few memes.
Oh, well, maybe we got to go to screen share again and share some memes.
Yeah.
All right, well, let me get around there. But yeah, man, I might be harsh. Yeah, I'm sure I am, but I don't see any memes.
Really?
Yeah, not one of them showed up yet.
Well, they're there.
Huh. Well, did you throw them in the right room?
Just send them to, to the Dream Team.
Live chat, live show.
Yeah.
Here, let me throw a smiley face in and see if you get a smiley face. All right, there's a smiley face. Did you see it pop up?
Yeah, it's there. It's just under it. Why is it not coming up?
I don't know. Did you hit send?
I thought I did.
Ah.
There you go.
All right, there you go. That's a good one right there.
They changed the way you can do it. They changed the way you can do it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I gotta stop screwing with this stuff.
I think my brother finally got his lazy butt out of bed. It's me time. Okay, there you go. Look, I'm telling you, this guy better stay away from my tackle box. All right? I do not want this man around my fishing tackle box.
Yeah.
It looks like he's got a habit of sticking his face in somebody's fishing tackle box.
Yeah.
This is what happens when a tackle box hits your face at 50 miles per hour. I believe it. I believe it. That's the best meme ever. I'm putting that on the website. I'm stealing that one there. I'm saving that one. Tackle box. I'm saving that one there.
Yep.
Yeah. That's the truth. Okay, where's it at? Where's that? There it is. Tackle box. Face. All right, that's going on the website. That dude just became famous. All right, there you go. Sorry, don't do me. Sorry, don't do memes. Hey, that looks like my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, his microphone's muted, so I got by with it. When you want to say it, but Holy Spirit be like, ah. The bill collectors just called me saying your bill is now a year old. I said, tell it happy birthday and hung up. Huh. I like that one.
Yeah, me too.
Corporate flaw chart. You got the CEO, the fat bird. You got the executives. Well, they look to be all fancy and prissy, and managers, same thing. Well, no, they let you. I'm missing. I'm missing the poo on the way down. The big one's pooing on the next one in line, who's pooing on the next one in line, and the poor guys at the bottom, they really got it bad.
Yeah, isn't that the way society is?
Yeah.
We're the ones on the bottom.
I will hunt them all down. Really? Ah, not dressed like you won't.
Yeah.
He's hunting butterflies. No, not dressed like that. You won't. All right. So let's see. We go. Moving on to the next one. Being a functioning adult every day seems a bit excessive. Well, yeah, I could agree with that.
Yeah.
Is that the last one?
Yeah, for now.
All right. I'll stop sharing screen.
I thought you'd like the tackle box one.
Yeah, that one there. I'm putting that on the website. Consider that meme stolen.
Yeah, I don't care. Hey, it's all about fun.
But that's the doggone mentality of the people out there who literally believe in all this crazy stuff that the TV tells them is the truth. And they're talking about it's hate speech to say climate change is fake. It's a lie. Climate change is a freaking lie. All right, we go through cycles, the natural cycles all the time. Sometimes we go into ice ages, sometimes we go into mini ice ages, and sometimes we go into heat. You can watch the weather out here, man. I've been through droughts, I've been through floods, I've been through it all. I've been through blizzards.
Let's add Barbara.
Huh?
So I'm going to add Barbara. Kind of curious to get her. I kind of want to get her input, I guess, into this and see what she has to say.
Well, there's money to be made, right?
Yeah, there is.
And you know what? Even when it comes down to the environmentalist thing, it really frustrates the hell out of me because I started this project right here to help the world out. All right, Bottle Caps for Mad Science. Help us show the world how to turn trash into a real solution. And while you're standing there holding this doggone trash, you got petroleum products, more petroleum products and more petroleum products and all this kind of stuff right here. This is what crude oil is made out of. You can make crude oil out of it, vice versa. It's a petroleum product. And with a little bit of real science, you can turn it back into crude oil, you can turn it into fuel, you can turn it into more products. The stuff is in your freaking makeup, it's in your tires of your car, it's in your appliances, it's in this camera in front of me, it's on these computers, it's like everywhere. So it's like the miracle fluid of the world. It's a gift from God, that black crude oil. And some people are so greedy, they want to get more of it. So what do? They go cracking up the ground and drilling holes in the earth and all that kind of stuff. We got enough of this crap above ground that we should never have to drill ever again. Best thing about it is you can use it over and 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 over. It's carbon based. Even when you burn a piece of firewood, that firewood's not gone. You just changed the chemical and molecular structure of that, and you made more materials that are necessary for fertilization and to make yet even more trees. We live
Yeah.
in a self-contained biosphere that is amazing. It literally recycles everything. Everything under the sun, including us, gets recycled. So everything that was here is still here and will always be here. You're never going to run out of it, you know, and that's just a fact of life. If we were running out of stuff right now, I would be concerned. But since we live in a carbon-based world and you could literally make that stuff out of crap that you find in your front yard or stuff that you're throwing in the trash or the pond scum that's up underneath your pond that's been neglected where all those leaves and everything fell down inside there and they begin to rot and they produce methane and they produce CO2. And eventually you get this weird event that can happen, like say you got this bowl right here and and then you got this much silt at the bottom of that bowl and it's rotten down there. All that leaves and dead fish and dead bugs and such is rotten down there, and it's literally producing a gas pocket up underneath there. And then eventually, if it finds a weak spot in that mud, whether it be over to the side or even into the middle or whatever, maybe a crawdad dug down into that stuff right there. And the next thing you know, that pond will burp. It'll literally roll over and every fish inside there will die. Everything inside there will die because you just took all the oxygen out of the water. And so what happens then? Well, nature just takes over, starts putting things back inside there. The next thing you know, in flies another duck that's got freaking fish eggs or crawdad eggs stuck to its doggone feathers, and then you'll get a pond that never had any fish in it that now has fish in it. Wow, that's a miracle, you know.
That happens in quarries quite a bit.
Huh?
That happens in quarries quite a bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially carp. Ended with carp in them.
And then sometimes crawdad hole, you know, as the crawdad's digging through there, he might drag some doggone fish eggs with him. He might have scooped up fish eggs along with his doggone crawdad eggs. He or she or whatever the case may be. Don't want to misgender the crawdad. You know, you get what's that word that you keep using? Deplatform. There's another word. Unpersoned. No, there's something else. Canceled. Yeah, you'll get canceled. That's the word I'm looking for. I run everybody off, man. I don't care. But that's what happens when you tell the truth. People don't like the truth.
Yeah.
They hate the truth. They're ashamed of the truth because the truth may actually hold them accountable. All right, you're going to go to the protest tonight, and what you're going to do is you're going to take let me see if I can find something. Let's just call this a piece of paper. You're going to take your wooden stick and your paper sign to the protest, right? And it's going to say, hell no, we won't go. Hell no, we won't go. You know, and you're going to sit around chanting and doing all that kind of stuff there. Well, if you didn't walk there or ride a bike there, you got on the city bus or you got in the SUV or you had somebody in a van drop you off, or you flew across the country in a jet and then you got landed and you come down and now you're standing there holding a wooden stick with a paper sign saying save the trees. You're a hypocrite and an idiot all in one shot. So they should have rewards for people like that. They, you know, like them little I tried trophies. What do you think?
Them hypocrites.
Yeah, hypocrites. Hey, did you coin that phrase?
Sure.
Cool. All
Yes.
right. Dave coined the phrase hypocrites. I'm
Yeah.
going to borrow it once in a while if you don't mind.
You can knock yourself out.
Sometimes I feel like knocking myself out would be a good thing. Maybe I get some dang sleep.
Yeah. Hey, I know. Been rough for me lately too. So, but I think this age thing has something to do with it. Get
Yeah,
into your 60s, and stuff starts happening.
I think we get a little cranky in our old age.
Yeah, a little. I
Yeah.
have a whole lot less patience now than I used to have. Let me tell you, and that's unfortunate.
What's
But then
patience?
again, you can't really say that because when I was younger, I had zero patience.
What's patience?
Yeah,
Never heard of it.
yeah, that's something that the doctor has.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm a patient.
Yeah,
The lunatics are running the asylum, so to speak. Right?
yeah, that's the truth.
And in my head, that's busy. It's me, myself, and I, and we're always having conversations and arguing and fighting and fussing, laughing and joking. And then my brother calls up and interrupts. Yep,
Yeah,
there's 50-mile-an-hour tackle box face.
yeah. I don't know, man. This whole world is going to pot, and unless, like I said, the Patriots have to make a stand here, and that's the truth.
Yeah,
So
well, what's going on down there at the border ain't no laughing matter. Now, we can laugh about climate change and climate disruption and global warming because it's a freaking bold-faced lie based on absolutely no physical science. It's a scam. It's how they make money. It's how they steal from stupid people, plain and simple.
yep.
And anybody wants to argue about it, let them argue. I'll show them the facts.
It's happening in different ways, so all over the world. I mean, look at the farmers in Europe, and it's just, and look what's going on in a lot of these other countries, Ireland, and I mean Ireland. They're not talking about what's going on over there, and it's bad. So I mean, it seems to me that the people that actually care and want the truth are finally saying, you know what, we've had enough of this garbage. We're tired of being taxed. We want things the way they're supposed to be. We want the governments to work for us the way it's supposed to be.
Can you see my screen, Dave?
Yes, I can.
All right. Now, to do this experiment, what you need is to learn how to draw.
Yeah, well,
Right.
I
What
can
you
even do stick people in perspective, so that tells you something.
what you need is a candle. All right. And you need a tabletop. We'll just call this let's see, a tabletop. All right. And gotta have some legs on your table. And set your candle on the floor, obviously. And of course, your candle needs a wick, so let's put a wick. Will you stop it? All right, now let's put a wick on the candle. We'll just make a gray, dark gray wick. All right, yeah. Do. All right. So then you're going to need some fire. All right, so we'll just call it. Stop it. Now I got to redo this. All right, now we're going for the fire. We just call this fire right here. All right. All right, so you go get you a little bowl or something like that. All right, and you get you some dry ice. We'll just call this. Will you stop it already? I'm trying to aggravate me. All right, got to change every time. We'll just call these little chunks right in here. We'll call this dry ice. All right, dry ice is like frozen CO2, right? Follow me so far?
Yep.
All right. Now, what you do is, you got all your dry ice in here, and pour in some warm water. So we'll just call this right here, this red line, we'll call this warm water. All right. is pour in some warm water. What's going to happen is that's going to unfreeze the CO2, and those gases are going to start spilling over the top, and that fire is going to go out. Why is that? Nobody? Class! Why is that fire going to go out? Nobody? Going once?
No.
Going twice?
Go ahead.
All right.
You can explain.
CO2 is nothing more than two oxygen molecules connected to one carbon atom, which makes it heavier than oxygen. And so with that said, here's your oxygen. The fire needs that oxygen to breathe. And when that CO2 spills over the top because it's heavier than oxygen, it's not floating up, it's floating down because it's heavier than oxygen. There's this thing called buoyancy, you know. The lighter stuff flies to the top and the heavier stuff falls to the bottom. All right, it's not rocket science. So as this CO2 is literally spilling over the top of the bowl, it's not turning into a gas and rising into the air magically, you know. It's spilling over the bowl, and it will literally displace the oxygen around that fire and suffocate it. Simple science, folks. Simple science. The CO2 falls. It doesn't rise. It falls. It's heavier than oxygen. If there was enough CO2 from this ground, as high as what they're trying to say, that it literally, you know, and they're saying parts per million, parts per billion, or whatever. Sorry. No, seriously, we'd suffocate. Now, here's another little fun fact. You keep saying CO2's coming out of your car. Now there might be some CO2, but majority, because there's a thing called combustion going on, you're getting one oxygen atom connected to one carbon atom, which is called carbon monoxide. Can we say carbon monoxide? Can we say carbon dioxide? All right. Well, the difference between carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide is carbon monoxide will kill you faster. You'll get carbon monoxide poisoning. But carbon dioxide, if you're in a room and it's full of carbon dioxide, you'll suffocate. With carbon monoxide in the room, you'll suffocate and be poisoned. Isn't that wonderful, boys and girls? That's simple science, man. That's physical science, and you can test it. I don't say go in there and put carbon dioxide or carbon monoxide in a room and stand there. If you do, you're stupid. Don't do that. But that's why they tell you if you're at the base of a volcano, you got to be very careful at the base of a volcano, because carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide and other nasty heavy gases will pull up in low-lying areas. And you'll walk right up in there, do-do-do-do, can't smell it, and black out. That's how it works. There's been mysteries solved that the lake itself was, you know, people lived next to this lake and they couldn't figure out. They come in one day and everybody in the whole village is dead. What happened? Well, the water up underneath there burped out a big cloud of carbon dioxide and other nasty gases and literally gassed everybody there. That was nature. Nature did it. Wasn't man-made. Yeah, you know, you can walk down the road and mind your own affairs and get struck by lightning. It's an act of God. Insurance company ain't gonna pay you for it. Oh shoot, man. What do you do, Dave? How do you get people to understand the simple? Because that's what it is. It's the simple. We're being lied to.
We go back to real education.
That's what we need. Need real teachers teaching real science and need to get all those supposed woke lefties out of the doggone and Marxists and communists and socialists out of the colleges. I'm telling you right now, if you send your kid to college, you hate your child. Literally, you hate your child.
Yeah.
And you want that when your kid gets back from college, your kid's going to be anti-American, anti-your country, or anti-everything, and it's going to be telling you all this leftist and Marxist ideology. So if you send your kid to college, you hate that kid. Plus, you're putting them in debt, especially if you're trying to send them for some sort of gender studies. You're going to get a bachelor's degree in gender studies.
Yeah. There's something you can use in life.
Yeah, and all it takes is some natural observation and some basic science like this. Man, woman, female, male. We're done. Do I get my diploma? Oh man, I've been studying women my whole life. That's the one you that's a lifetime commitment.
Yeah.
Anybody ever tells you that they got women figured out, they're lying.
You got that right.
Yeah, ain't no figuring that.
Nope.
It's the mysteries of the universe.
Never assume what a woman's thinking either, because you're wrong.
Well, it is a glorious is a glorious mystery at times, and a dangerous mystery at others.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, my brother.
Yep.
Anyway, like I said, for all those folks that just come rolling up out of college or up out of high school, and you just heard some old man tell you that if you believe in global warming or climate change or climate disruption, as to how the mainstream and mainstream schools and the doggone colleges and the media and the government are trying to tell you, you're a dummy. You're a big dummy. If you just heard that, then you need to go do that experiment that I told you about. Just some dry ice. You can buy it at places like Walmart. Are they going to illegalize dry ice, Dave?
Probably.
They'll have to also get the soda because you have carbon dioxide in your soda. Carbonated water, man. The little bubbly, fizzly thing. You're going to have to drink flat beer, number one. You have to drink flat soda, flat champagne. And
speaking of that, have you seen any of the videos out of France? And I mean, they are pouring wine. I mean, truckloads of wine, bottles and bottles of wine and champagne, just throwing it all over the roads, and it's unbelievable.
Why?
Well, it's the protest stuff, right?
Don't they realize that that's releasing the materials necessary to make CO2?
Yeah, but you know what? When you're protesting, what they're doing to you, yeah, I can see that. But they're also spreading manure on the government buildings, and the one police car that was there got nailed with it.
Oh, the humanity of it.
Hey, they're not playing around anymore over there.
Well,
They mean business.
well, that's alcohol abuse if they're pouring it out on the ground.
Yeah, I agree. Send me a few bottles of champagne.
Yeah. Help a brother out.
I remember when my wife and I first got together.
My scumbag brother was here and then he left.
Yeah, my wife and I, when we first got together, my wife sat down, had a few glasses of champagne, then she realized she was looped. That was funny.
Well, you know, if you drink that stuff, you're promoting climate change.
That's okay. But it tastes good.
When you get that bubbly going on and you got the burps or the gassy thing happening, the methane and the CO2.
Yeah.
Why you think you can just get in here and leave, man?
No, I've got my client calling me, and it's on a Sunday, but I trying to take care of them. So I'm bouncing out.
All right. Well, we're basically talking about the global warming lie and AKA the border issue as well, and just other things on there. So if you're a leftist, you might want to leave because you're going to get offended. So if my brother leaves, you know for a fact he's a leftist.
Yeah.
He's daring me.
It said right there. It said right there when you left. The last time you said is Lucky left.
Yeah. He's pulling your chain, Lucky.
Yeah, I ain't worried about him, Dave. He's the least of my concerns at the moment in time.
Yeah.
Dang liberal.
Yeah, we got videos of these guys trying to say that there's nothing going on down in there. This is a big show that Abbott's putting on. And they're showing areas on video where there's nothing going on. And that Abbott is doing this all within a 1.5 to 2 mile radius. And he's putting this on as a photo op.
Let me raise my hand. Is there any razor wire in the background of where there's nothing going on?
No, in the picture the video that he actually posted, there was not any razor wire.
So there's nobody coming across the border there?
Nope, nobody coming across the border.
So it's all fake?
Yeah, that's what they were saying. It's all fake.
Well,
yeah, it's fake.
And they can chalk that up to climate change too, man. Global warming, it's a lie, it's fake. I'm trying to get as many labels as I can on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. Because they're going to put a Wikipedia article underneath this video when I post it on there, and they'll be saying, that's egregious climate disinformation.
Mm-hmm.
They'll probably take my video down and give me a strike for telling the truth.
This was posted on X. It's posted on there with a couple of videos, and it's I don't know if I could track it down again. Who the guy was that was posting it? Apparently, he went down there and video areas of the border, and he's trying to say that Abbott is doing this just as a photo op.
So the National Guards ain't down there, and all these states didn't say that they.
Only in that vicinity of Eagle Creek. Everywhere else,
They're coming across. That's where they're coming across. That's where you need the doggone fence. Is where they're coming across. And whenever they come find another way, yeah, put it up over there too.
Yeah, it's amazing. And reading it was like, you want to post on there and backfire at him. Like, yeah, when they finally secure Eagle Creek, yeah, they're going to move elsewhere to try and get into there.
Did you see the picture where Biden had the doggone the construction helmet on backwards?
Yeah.
Snopes come out and said that's that's false. He didn't have it on backwards.
It's Bidenomics.
I'm looking at it. Idiot, I am looking at it. It is on backwards. He's got the screw thing right here. It's supposed to be back here. It's on backwards. I'm looking at it. Dang old fools trying to tell you can't believe what you're seeing, but they want to tell you that you're gonna believe the climate change lie and you're shoveling 20 inches of snow or 2 feet of snow off your freaking driveway. and they're going to tell you that it's heating up outside, not
Yeah.
freezing my butt off, and they're going to tell me it's climate change, it's hot outside, a global warming. Damn old liars.
That's why I say the engineering, they want it to rain somewhere instead of snow or be hot. They'll engineer it. They can change the weather. And that's significant.
All right. I got to do an experiment.
Uh-oh.
How am I going to do this?
You don't do.
All right. I got to do an experiment. All right. We got two things right here. We got one piece of quartz, kind of like, I guess that would be a rose quartz or something like that, smoky quartz or whatever, and a neodymium magnet. All right, so you got your telescope, right, Dave? You're looking at it right now. This camera is your telescope, all right?
Yep.
Okay, this is the moon, all right? Can you see that?
Yep.
Can you zoom in on it very good?
Not from here.
Oh, why is that? It's only 200 and some odd thousand miles away from Earth. All right.
Well, I'm getting old and my vision isn't quite the way it used to be, right?
All right. Well, here's Planet X. All right. It's let's just say it's 100 light years away. Can you zoom in on that?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you see? How many moons are around it?
I don't know.
Well, guess.
Must be one.
Okay. Well, that's theoretical because you just made that crap up. You can't. It's physical science, man. All right, look. I don't care how damn good your camera is. You can only see so far. That's 1,000,000 light years away. That's you're making crap up. All right, just like they did with the climate change, just like they do on the damn news. They're constantly making shit up. Did I say that out loud? Excuse me. Stop lying. Stop telling lies. It's one thing to be a liar. It's another thing to steal from people while you're lying. Yeah. Send me money. I got a rare tropical disease and I need your money to save my life. Do you love me? Send me some money. Hey, ain't nobody sending me no money. Where's it at?
Yeah.
I didn't have no damn disease anyway. Thank God.
I don't even know what money looks like anymore.
Yeah, that's another myth right there. I heard about money, but I can open my wallet and I can hear an echo in there like the Grand Canyon. Hello, hello, hello. Is there any money in there? There.
I open my wallet and I can study space.
Well, you open my brother's wallet and you see the tax man.
Yeah, that's too bad.
He's like looking, well, you gonna throw some money in here?
Yeah. They got you bent over, do they?
Yeah. Just freaking see the billboard, IRS. What? I ain't putting no money in that.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
Oh, crap. He's got a not-for-profit wallet.
Yeah, that's about it. But all your life to gain what? Nothing.
Yeah, it's a 501c3. It's actually a 501c3. It's got a hole in some bitch.
Well, my biggest beef here is the fact that, I work my life for my pension, and I have these illegals coming into my country, or immigrants, whatever they want to call them. And if they're 65, they get pensions. Well, where do you think that money's coming from? It's coming out of my pension.
Yeah.
I don't think that's fair.
Right. And you know those folks up there in New York and Chicago, they didn't complain until it hit their wallet.
Yeah.
Wasn't that funny? They were a sanctuary city up until the point when it hit their wallet.
Yeah. Now they want the borders closed. Like I said, I think that Trump is going to win the election because I think a lot of these Democrats that believed in the Democrat policy are switching over.
You're giving them my food stamps. Oh man, what a world. Couldn't make this stuff up. All right, so now that we ran everybody off again, what do we talk about now?
Yeah. Did we run everybody off?
Well, apparently. Climate change, man. They believe in it. Don't call somebody a dummy that believes in climate change. It hurts their feelings.
Yeah.
Makes them sad.
The only climate that needs to be changed is the political climate.
Well, yeah, you need to get the liars out of the education system. You need to get the liars out of the political system. You need to get the liars out of the media. And you need to take money away from all of them. Stop giving these people your damn money. You know, every time you go watch CNN or MSNBC, they make money off of you because their advertisers will literally put ads on there, and they want you to see that ad so they can sell you their product. Now, you stop buying their products and you stop watching your ads, you call them up and say, I'm not buying your product because I don't like your politics. Goodbye, click, and they get a couple 100 million of those calls right there. Guess what? They'll change their attitude. That's how that works. Budweiser got a spanking in a major way.
Yeah, they did.
They deserved it. So, you know, you got power. You just need to use it. And I think the border is proof of that, because when you've seen all these 26 states piling in there saying, yeah, we support Texas and we're going to send them troops if need be. We'll send them material if need be. Suddenly, the government's going like this.
Listen, I happen to believe that Biden will try to send the military in, and the military, if they're smart, they're going to tell them, look, we swore an oath to the country. We're not doing it.
Well, I don't know what Biden's going to end up doing, but if he's stupid enough to send the military in, he's literally going to create the worst case scenario.
Well, I can tell you that I don't want to see that, but I don't happen to believe that the military would go in there. Yeah, I believe the military's been weaponized against the people, but these guys that swore the oath, if they truly swore their oath to the Constitution, they won't do it.
Like that video that you sent, Merritt, is that what the name of it was?
Yeah.
That one soldier in there, he gets credit. You know, he saw that something was wrong. He did the right thing, and his men followed behind him. Of course, they paid the price, but nonetheless, he still did the right thing.
Yep. Well, anybody that follows an illegal order is an idiot.
Yep. Well, past that, they're a criminal and a traitor. So it don't matter if you're a law enforcement officer, whether you're military, whatever. You lose that you lose that title officer the moment you step outside your oath of office. So if you laugh in my face whenever I invoke my constitutional rights, if you laugh at that, suddenly I'm not calling you officer anymore. You're Mr. Scumbag to me.
Yeah.
You know, and I've told officers that before. When they're outside of their oath of office and they're violating the Constitution, I literally tell them. They'll say, that's officer such and such to you. And I said, no, you done stepped out of your oath, buddy. You ain't no officer. You stepped outside of your office. Now you're just another average Joe. You have no authority now. So that's the way that works. They work for us. And when they forget that, then they don't work for you no more. And the moment they say, I don't work for you, I work for the state, or I work for the city. If you don't work for me, then we have no business together. So you're not an officer if you don't work for me. I don't have to give you no respect. There's no yes sir, no yes ma'am for you. Plain and simple.
Do you think if we get into a war with China, that China is going to separate people based on their gender? You know, other than the original two genders, you think they're going to separate them? Other than that, don't count on it.
No, China ain't gonna play that game. China don't care about your pronouns, and they love your TikTok.
About people. I mean, they have the Uyghurs. Why aren't all these countries bitching about that?
They say the Chinese have a doggone profile put up of every single person in the United States. So they already know your politics. They already know your everything there is to know about you, because they got all them apps like TikTok and other ones that they use for spying on you.
Well, I hope they do. I hope they have one on me. Well, I think they probably will, because I ran a Canadian politics. But the reality is, no matter what they think, I'm not going to change my position on all this. But it's that simple.
Just in case for the record, this is for Xi Jinping and your communist tactics and your spying. There you go. That's you. That's all you. All right. That Kim Jong-un, the one with the stupid haircut in North Korea, that's all you.
Yeah.
You know, hey, Trudeau, didn't want to leave you out.
Yeah.
You got that on record? My on the record shows that there is no off the record, so make a record of that.
Yeah.
I stole that line, by the way. That was a movie I saw a while back. Because Lois Lane talking to the one of the Superman deals, and she was asking him for an off the record, and he said, "Well, on the record shows that there is no off the record, so make a record of that." Anyway, now they got a record of it. Oh,
yeah.
Xi Jinping is over there screenshotting it right now. He says, "Oh, I hate the Americans. I want to kill you." He probably screenshotted it. And now tonight, when I go outside in the dark, there'll be some ninjas out there trying to get me. Hold on, ninjas are from Japan, so these are going to be like, what does the Chinese got? Like samurais or something like that?
Yeah. Well, look at it this way: how many of these North Koreans that are in the military that eventually they're going to invade South Korea? But how many of these guys are going to say, screw this, I'm going over here where I can actually survive? Their people are so malnourished. I mean, really, they're going to get a taste of freedom, and they're going to want to keep it. They're going to want to stay there.
Here's a theoretical hypothetical for you. Conspiracy theory. This is a new conspiracy theory.
A new one.
Oh, listen. Yeah, this is new. This is new. Everybody listen. And I'm the one that came up with it. This is the new conspiracy theory. Okay. Everybody listening? You got America, right? America's a great honeypot. Oh, you could be American, live the American dream, and you can get money and free stuff, and you can live free, and you can say what you want to say. Everybody here, come to America, all right? And so now you got people coming in droves, coming down here into America, all right? So we're overpopulated, all right? So what's 320 million people in the United States? Now there's like several 100 million more people in the United States, 329, 330 million people, and rising on a regular basis. Now, this is where the conspiracy comes in. the elitist up there, and then we're got to get all kind of cloak and dagger on you. All right, the elitists are up there, and they're like, okay, the trap is laid. Once they get in there, hit the red button. Poof. Depopulation.
That's the key. I really believe that is a possibility as to why they're allowing all these people in here, because these two countries are going to be the two that they get rid of most of the people. And that's a good chunk of chump change when you start talking about millions of people.
Yeah, we'll get them with Civil War, we'll get them with race war, we'll get them with World War III, and we'll get all the stragglers who are left behind in America bunkering down with the red button. Yep. We'll send in plagues and famines and pestilence. Here's the thing. For all you people out here, get out of America while you can, because it's fixing to get hot.
Yeah. Now they're talking about letting them join the military so they can build up the forces, and that'll give them the automatic path to citizenship. Well, yeah, sure. Like, I want ISIS fighters and that, like we have here in Canada in my military. Yeah, okay. And Chinese. Where's their loyalty? I mean, really, where's the loyalty?
Do you solemnly swear to serve and protect and uphold the United States Constitution against all enemies, both foreign and domestic? Sir, yes, sir. Fall in. Here's your gun. All right. I hate the Americans. I want to kill you. Yeah. That's a good plan.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, it's the wrong plan.
My God, people cannot be this stupid. You can't be this stupid, man.
You would think.
Mine is the new conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Somebody make me some shorts out of that last scene. That was good.
Yeah.
I'll post it on my YouTube channel. You gotta be like, make them sideways and lengthwise or something like that. They only can be 60 seconds long. I don't even have a phone that does that. I tried to get one out of my how to properly panic video.
Like I say, this world has gone to pot. And we got to fix it. We, the people, are the ones that have the ability to fix it. Unless we unite, we are so screwed.
Yeah. Well, your last statement about it going to pot, that's a true, provable statement, because everybody's legalizing weed now. And
legal in BC, I believe everything is legal. Every drug is legal. Yeah, that's the way to go about it. Get everybody stoned and just come in and take over without a fight.
Well, yeah, when you get them all stoned and everything, the mellow ones will be sitting around watching freaking, crazy movies or playing video games when the mushroom cloud goes off, so they won't even try to hit the bunker. And the paranoid ones will be out there thinking everybody and his brother's a terrorist behind every bush, and they'll be out there going on a rampage. You got those ones that sit around and play them first-person shooter games. They're already been trained to be insane, so, there you go.
Yeah, it's just one more way to kill a bunch of people.
Get them all in the honey pot, stir up the bee's nest, and then watch them kill each other. That's what they're doing.
I got out of the city. Because the cities are going to fall first. And I don't want any part of that.
You'll starve them to death. You'll make them sick. You'll poison them. You'll get them to kill each other. That's what they're doing. That's what it's all leading to. Depopulation. And they got plausible deniability. Well, I'm the government. I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Really? Really? You let all these terrorists in the doggone deal, and you had no accountability for it. Seriously? Where I come from, they call that treason. It's illegal.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And it comes with a harsh punishment. which I can't say out loud, because if you say that out loud, then YouTube will say you're talking about violence. Oh, you're talking violence. You might make somebody feel bad.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking reality, man.
I agree.
When you let people steal from each other, somebody's going to get mad. When you let people go out and assault each other, somebody's going to get mad. When you're constantly stopping somebody from either getting to the hospital or to the job on time, somebody's going to get mad.
Yeah.
When you got people who are from a different culture who are literally trying to enforce their laws in your nation, somebody's going to get mad.
Yeah, they are.
It's common sense. When you mix criminals with good people get robbed, and somebody's going to get mad. Democrats try to play off like they're all kinds of moral, you know? And even the rhinos try to play off like they have morals, that they're good people, and they're just trying to do the right thing.
Yeah. Well, look at the abortion. Abortion. They don't consider abortion violence. I do.
So do I.
I consider it murder.
I don't want to sit around and give the graphic scientific details of what they actually do in order to do that, but it's not nice. But, you know, you got our youth down there, oh, it's women's rights. It's women's rights. Oh.
You know, all these people over here in government that are pushing this MAID program and that, I think they should be the ones testing it out for us.
Yeah, they're the ones.
Medical assistance in death.
Lead by
and I think the government should be the ones testing it out. I really do.
Yep. Lead by example.
Yep. You want it? Show us how it works. Be the example.
Where do you think Bill Gates lives?
I think he's building a bunker too. So there you go. What do you think? Probably where it is.
But I'm saying, do you think he's surrounded by a fence? Do you think he's surrounded by security? Do you think you can just walk up and say hi to Bill Gates anywhere?
Oh, hell no.
You know, a lot of these elitists out there, they've got armed security and home security, and, you know, these, because, well, I'm just kind of curious, since they're all for the border thing, for the open border, and they got those big mansions, they got plenty of rooms to store people, so we should send them all to all the celebrities' houses.
Yeah. And what happened in the past? Well, I believe it was Pelosi's house, or one of their houses. The people went over the gate, and all of a sudden they're calling the police saying, "Hey, listen, these people shouldn't be here. Get them out of here." Well, listen, why is it okay for them to be in our neighborhood and not yours?
Yeah, that's what you need to do. You need to basically take your chop saw over there and chop a hole through the fence, you know, just like they're doing down at the border, and tell them, "Come on in there. You guys you can stay comfortable, swim in the pool. It's all yours. You own it now."
Yeah.
That's what they need to do, man. You know, they give them what they ask for. You know, say what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Is that how that goes?
Yep.
So that's what we need to do, man.
Well, this double standard stuff has to stop.
Mm-hmm.
I know over here, our parliament, apparently, the MPs are going to vote for another raise. Well, I mean, what kind of crap is that? When do we get money instead of getting, bent over?
Well, that's not how it's supposed to play out. You're supposed to be the old folk, and you're supposed to just fade off into the background, and you're not supposed to speak out. You just stay back there, know your place, and shut your face.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Now, since we're not going to do that,
absolutely not.
That's why they're coming down on us. That's why suddenly we are racist, white supremacists / Nazis, regardless of our heritage or our bloodline. Today's day and age, you can be a black man and be a white supremacist.
Yep.
I don't know how that works, but that's what they say.
Oh, that's been happening here with the Yellow Vest movement. Everybody was white supremacists, the Asians, the Muslims, the blacks, and the whites, and everybody.
I was watching this video this morning. I guess it was out there on Twitter there for a while, or X, or whatever you call it, but it was also on YouTube. But you had this guy that plays the piano in the mall. And so he's playing the piano, and this guy's just filming him playing the piano, and up walks these Chinese people holding the communist Chinese flag. And they're all like, well, you can't record us. Yeah, I can. You're in public. You know, and they had this big debate. And then they went over and they called the police. And then the guy sitting there trying to speak with the police. I'm in public. I'm exercising my free speech in a democratic, and they're holding up a communist flag. And she's sort of like, well, you can't say they're holding up a communist flag. You know, why not? They're holding it up.
Yeah.
But
not imagining it.
The cop was acting like a communist, trying to tell this person that they can't exercise their doggone rights. So
okay, but Shaz, look at it from this perspective. The police cars used to have to serve and protect on them.
Yeah.
They don't have that written on them anymore.
Well,
stuff's changed, man.
Yeah, we live in ass backward world.
Yeah.
And it's getting ridiculous. So if the pendulum doesn't come back and it doesn't flip around and go back to something that's going to be tolerable, all hell's going to break loose. And that's a promise.
When all these kids that have been taught that communism is the greatest thing, and it happens, and they don't like it, well, guess what? They're the ones that are going to have to put a stop to it.
Well, listen, Dave, come on, man. Have some common sense and some respect for the young youth of today. We live in a we live in a free sample society. All right. So when these young people come up and they're telling you how good communism is, we'll give them a free sample of communism. We'll send them to China and say, you go up, knock on Mr. Ping's door, Xi Jinping, knock on his door and tell him you're American and you want to be communist. All right, you do that.
Yeah.
And give them a free sample. Send them over there to the stooge haircut guy, Kim Jong-un, aka Rocket Man, can't shoot a rocket straight. And tell him I said that. Matter of fact, send him a copy of this video. Yeah, you got to do something about that hair, bro. It ain't working. You look like a dummy.
Send them to Cuba.
Yeah, Cuba's good.
Communism worked out for them.
Go to Russia. I watched this one. This transgender dude was mouthing off, and the Russian cops told him to get out, and he decided he wanted to buck up to the Russian cops. And then this one Russian cop just walks over there and just jab slaps him to the floor. Pow! Right? And the dude's laying like there on the floor all in shock. Like, is this really happening in Russia? Yeah, it did. Because they don't have the same rules as ours over here. You know, there's no excessive force in Russia.
Yeah.
You got what you got. You shouldn't have done what you did. You might have been just fine. Should have left when he asked you to.
You get a hell of a lot more than hurt feelings there.
Yeah, that thing, that Russian cop, he put him down. I mean, he dropped like a wet sack of potatoes. Slop. But
I don't know.
That's the difference. If you're in Canada, you might get the butterfly effect from not the butterfly effect, the one where something happens, but they might treat you with kid gloves in Canada, unless you're a patriot. Then they'll beat the hell out of you.
Yeah, that's about it. You can rob and pillage here, apparently, and burn things down, and well, just like over there. And it's okay, but if you're a patriot and you're peacefully protesting, they will whack you down. They will run over you with horses. And the bright side is that the judge came out now and said, "Hey, what they did was wrong." Now you got the government scurrying.
Yep, about time the judge got up on there. Man, I want to be a judge. How do I get to be a judge?
Well, apparently nowadays, in order to be a judge, you got to have leftist values.
Oh, I'll tell them I got leftist values till I get in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe in climate change.
Yeah, they'll see your shows and they'll say, "Yeah, I doubt that very much."
Did you say this on your YouTube? Did you do this? Yeah, I did. Here's one for you too.
Yeah. And the horse you rode in on.
Yeah. I'll be like,
you hold all your fingers up and you say it's a bouquet.
Yeah. Oh man. No, they don't want me in politics. If I was ever the president of the United States, I'd be cleaning the house. You think the governor's locking the joint down? I'd have all the governors locking the joint down. We got to lock this place down. We got to clean the house.
I was calling everybody out when I was in politics because I happen to believe in truth and justice. And the reality for me is that I meant what I said. I was out, and I still am out for the best interest of Canada and Canadians. It's that simple. I won't take bribes. I won't take kickbacks. I won't take any of that. In fact, I'd be taking these guys into the back room and laying an ass whipping on them.
Yeah, I'd vote for you. I'd even help you out, man. You know,
don't ever try to bribe me.
If I was a judge,
first bribe or blackmail, don't do that because that pisses me off.
I agree. If I was a judge, the first one I'd get would be my brother.
Yeah. Get him off the hook for all the crap that he has to go through, eh?
Well, I'd sort to be on the honest side on that side right there. I'd get him in the clear. But then on the other part of it, he looks guilty. I mean, just look at him.
Yeah. Hey, he can't be guilty. He drinks Jim Beam.
Well, that looks guilty to me.
Not to me.
It's all the evidence I need. He's my brother, after all. I call him up and tell him, Mom. I call Mom up on the phone and say, "You can't argue with me now, Mom. I'm the judge."
Yeah. Yeah, and your mother will slap you silly.
Yeah, she would. She'll say, "I brought you into this world, boy, and I'll take you out."
That's it.
Hey.
Don't ever argue with Mama. She's the supreme ruler.
But it's my fantasy. Don't mess it up. I identify as a black woman, leftist Supreme Court justice. So, don't say nothing bad about me, you racist. I mean, these people could come out and say they're cats. Do you know, I heard, and I haven't confirmed, but I'm going to find out. Supposedly, a school not too far from me literally put a litter box in the bathrooms for those who identify as cats. If I was a janitor there, guess where that would be? It would be on the doggone supervisor, the principal's desk. You clean it up, scumbag. What do you think?
If I was a parent, I'd burn the school down.
Well, even though we don't advocate arson on this radio show.
Because what's next? If they're putting a litter box in there, what is next?
Yeah.
That is
about
That is not teaching the kids anything.
hey, we're talking about putting feminine products in the boys' room. What for?
We need to take down the system, the corrupt system. That's what we need to burn down to the ground, is that corrupt system. And the only way we're going to do it is if we, the people, unite and say, we've had enough. This crap is over.
Well, now the FBI is coming after all of us because we said we got to take them down. We got to burn it down. They don't take a figure of speech or something like that. Look, we can do this in a peaceful manner. Just stop complying with your stupid stuff. Don't play the game. Don't give them your damn money. That's as simple as that.
Yeah. Well, all I can tell you is this. If they're coming for me, just give me some notice and I'll try and put some snacks out.
If you're Madonna, you can say, I often dream about blowing up the White House, and that's fine. If you're Madonna, you can say that. If you're Maxine Waters, you can say, if you see them Trump supporters out there, you get in their your faces and you make noise and you don't let them have a moment of peace, right? You can do that. You know, you can get on there and deny elections as long as it's on your side of the fence. You can be Antifa and Black Lives Matter, and you can be pro-Palestine, and you can go up and you can attack the White House. That's all right. You're not charged with insurrection, but Granny is. Granny went on a tour of the doggone White House where the lawman opened the door and let her in. She's staying between the velvet ropes, and now Granny's in jail?
Yeah. And who's standing up for her? I mean, that's the thing. You know, that's why we have to put an end to all this crap.
Double jeopardy. You can't be charged for the same crime twice. Two different justices, equal justice under the law. If it's good for this one over here, then it's good for that one over there. And I'm not seeing equal justice. They accused Trump of doing something that Biden was proved to have done. Biden was not the president. He was the vice president, which means he didn't have the authority to declassify, but yet he had them. And yet he was not prosecuted, but they tried to go after Trump for it. That's not equal justice under the law.
Well, even Biden, that speech he made where he said that basically he threatened Trump.
Oh yeah, it's not just that. He literally was heard on camera and in a cocky attitude talking about you fire the prosecutor or you're not getting the money. You know, that's
bribery.
Yeah.
Well, have you heard the latest with the E. Carroll? The E. Carroll bit with the defamation of character, $83 million deal. Have you heard the latest on that one?
Well, not the latest, but I heard that
I have.
The judge gave her $83 million. But
well, here's the latest. The judge and the attorney were in the same law firm back in the 90s.
They're in cahoots. And that information should have been released.
Yep, that right there is enough to drop the case.
And even on appeal, Trump's going to win that.
Yeah.
She couldn't even tell when it was, and she brought in this dress that was supposedly the dress that was used, and it wasn't even made. That dress wasn't even made in that time frame. So what's that tell you?
Yeah. So you got a judge and a prosecuting attorney that were working in the same law firm. Tell me that's a biased system right there.
Well, don't forget old Fanny.
Story straight.
Don't forget Big Fanny.
Yeah, that one too. There's another one trying to take him down, but there's corruption.
Bank too.
They had Anthony Weiner's laptop, which had a whole bunch of criminating evidence. They had Hunter Biden's laptop, which had a whole bunch of criminating evidence. FBI had access to both of these laptops. Law enforcement had access to both these laptops. Things that are only a fraction of the things that were on these laptops would have put the average Joe behind bars. You know, and you wouldn't have got elected into public office. But no, they got two different sets of rules going on here. Keep in mind, folks, the Washington, D.C. is not part of the United States of America. It is not a state. They're trying to make it a state so they can have more votes. But either way, it is the District of Columbia. It's supposedly a neutral ground where all the governors from all the different states and all the senators can come in the middle and they can decide the future of the United States. Well, it's a criminal enterprise. It's not the United States of America that I support. It's a criminal enterprise. And they're the ones that, because everybody sees the flag up there, they suddenly think, well, that's okay, you know, God bless America, you know, USA, USA. But you're USA into the wrong damn people. You should be USA into your own states. You should be standing up for states' rights.
Yep.
The federal government's out of freaking hand. The Federal Reserve isn't even a federal government office. It's a private banking industry. The IRS is not even a government office. It's a private banking industry. They wormed and wiggled their way into that deal, and now you're paying interest through your tax money. You're paying interest on money that they're squandering en masse. And unless we ever get back to a gold standard, that the dollar ain't going to be worth nothing. It's really, seriously, right now, it's the petrodollar. It's based off of the price of a barrel of oil. That's why you see them over there battling with guys like what they do to Saddam Hussein, what they do to Gaddafi. They didn't want the dollar anymore, so they wanted paid in gold, and suddenly they become enemy of the state. And old Hillary Clinton, that wicked witch, she's wringing her hands and laughing and giggling. We came, we saw, and he's dead. You know, she laughed over a man being murdered. And no matter whether you think he's a good guy or a bad guy, did he get a jury of his peers?
Nope.
No, he got murdered. Plain and simple. And because they supposedly had weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, we went over there and bombed them into freaking oblivion. USA, USA. Really? They went over there and destroyed that place, and then turned around, and the people who were literally funding terrorism all over, Biden turns around and gives him a fat wad of cash. Suddenly Israel gets attacked. Then Israel retaliates. Suddenly Israel's the bad guy again. And then you get to Palestine. I'll stand with Palestine. I don't stand with Palestine. I don't stand with any of these damn governments anymore. If you went over and did that to them people, and you got all that money that they gave you in the beginning to have the infrastructure and all that, and instead you allowed them to dig tunnels underneath there so that they could do terrorist attacks from hospitals and schools.
Yeah.
You can't make this stuff up, man. And here you go. Let's say hypothetically none of this crap is even freaking true. Ain't nothing going on at the damn border. Ain't no damn climate change going on. Ain't nobody attacking nobody around the world. There's nobody running in and busting up stores and stealing stuff. Everything that you've seen on the mainstream media and the alternative media is a bunch of lies. It was just CGI, artificial intelligence put this out here. It still has real world consequences. When you're lying to somebody and you're showing them violence and you're telling them these people are being hurt and good people are standing up and they're getting pissed off, it has real world consequences.
Yeah, it does.
So, what do you do?
All you can do is stand for what's right and oppose what they're doing.
Just know this, that when you stand up for what's right, you will be victimized. You will be canceled. You will be censored. You will be attacked. And it's already been proven because they've been doing it.
Yeah, they have. Look, I get zapped for stuff too, Facebook and everything. So I don't care. Fact of the matter is, if I can't tell the truth or what I believe is the truth by the information that I have, then hey, you know what? I want to freely be able to say what my opinion is, whether people like it or not. Because realistically, whether if they don't believe me, that's on them. I don't care.
Well, I'm right there
What
with
they
you.
do is their business. As long as it doesn't adversely affect me, I don't care what they do.
We told the truth on certain episodes that were coming up, and I lost 60 some odd videos because of supposed egregious medical disinformation, which was a bold-faced lie. It was a freaking lie.
You know how many doctors support what you said?
Yeah, but don't say it because I'm putting this video up on YouTube.
Well, doctors, virologists, and immunologists that all agree with you. Okay. And of course, they got canceled. They got canceled and fired. Now we're facing shortages of doctors and nurses and all these others.
Yeah.
And they're saying, well, gee, why are we short all these people? Well, because you idiots, when COVID first came out, said that, oh, these are the heroes. And then all of a sudden there's zeros after. Like, well, that's garbage. I mean, really. You know, start treating people right. And guess what? Things might get better. Stop abusing people. These governments, I don't know, man, and these elites. Like if anybody thinks that the WEF is going to come and dictate what I do, they got another thing coming.
Yeah, they have no authority over me. I'm not doing anything that they say. You know, all those groups like that. You know, I'm watching my chat rooms get sunk again.
What I like is that you can't do this. My response to that is, want to bet?
Yep. Don't comply. If it don't feel right, don't do it. You know, and all these different people that were running around there trying to basically shame people into doing something that they didn't want to do. You know, they were victims of their own consequences after that whole deal played out. But nonetheless, YouTube lied about me, and Facebook lied about me, and Twitter lied about me. Now Twitter is supposedly X, and it's different, and so you know that's why I put a lot of stuff up on Rumble, because so far Rumble hasn't played that game. But
I put a lot of stuff up on X too, and I put a lot of stuff up on X, and if it gets taken down, it gets taken down. But the reality is that I'm sharing it.
Yep. I'm about tired of all this.
Got a few more days before I can post on Facebook again, because you know the Facebook commies.
They got you again?
Yeah. What else is new? Hey, I take it as a badge of honor.
Yeah, we need to get some of those patches made up.
Yeah.
Facebook jail, Twitter jail.
I had a medal every time I got zapped by Facebook. I'd have about 600 pounds of steel.
I want one that has a trifecta on there. I got YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter.
Yeah.
All in one shot.
Can you hear me now? Yeah.
Oh man. No, I'm pissed off because on that doggone deal, I didn't get my name on the list. You know, I'll post a link to that deal, and you guys can download it and take a look at it. But there's a PDF file. Well, it's already in the chat room if you look in the super chat. But I'll copy and put it in this deal over here. Where's it at? Okay.
You got to go look at JLW News World and listen to the guy when he's talking about stuff that's going on. This guy he does not hold back. He says it the way it is. And profanity and everything. I mean, he just gives it.
Well, I'm trying to not do the profanity thing. You know?
No, but what I'm saying though is that this guy is saying it the way it is. He will go after whoever it is, and he doesn't care. And I like that about the guy. You know, whether I agree with everything he says or not is different. But the fact that I like the fact that this guy is saying it the way it is.
Well, the salty cracker guy, he cracks me up, man. He says a lot of crazy stuff, but he's like right on it, man. You know, and so I watch him. I don't get into all the effing this and effing that every 5 seconds. That's why I'm always calling my brother a foul mouth heathen. Because after being around him long enough, you get to foul mouthing yourself. I'm trying to turn over a new leaf, man.
Yeah.
I was a sailor at one time, but I can't have a conversation where every word is effing this. I drove my effing car up to the effing station, and it was out of my effing favorite booze, and I effing saw this dude over there who's been effing his best friend I ever effing had. Like, dude, come on, man. I'm gonna teach you better than that. Get some soap on the rope around that neck. That way you walk up there and just soap their mouth.
Yeah. See, that's why I like Glenn Beck and Bongino and well, you know, the regulars that say it the way it is.
Well, I want to hear it the way it is. I just like to hear it in a slightly respectful manner.
Well, yeah, that's why like guys like Glenn Beck and that they'll say it the way it is, and Tim Pool, and I mean, there's several, but the reality is that the truth has to get out there, whether they like it or not.
All right, this one right here, open image, a new tab. There's one like this that I need. Copy image. I thought there was another one on there that talked about soap on the rope. But maybe I didn't have one in there. I thought I did. Hey, there's you running for, no, that's Barry running for Prime Minister. Don't everybody get quiet.
I didn't run for Prime Minister. I just ran for a member of Parliament.
Yeah, Barry was going to run for Prime Minister. I said...
Barry wouldn't do it.
No, but he was joking about it.
Not for a joke.
I know, man.
But I was running seriously. I ran as an MP, and I was telling people the truth, whether they believed it or not.
Anyway, so this is what everybody in the world needs. Good mouth soaping. What did I do with that? There we go, right here. So let's zoom in on this. Everyone with a foul mouth needs a good mouth soaping. So here's one free mouth soaping coupon, you foul mouth heathen. What do you think?
Sure.
All right.
Hey, listen, you're talking to people that are out there that have done the Tide Pod challenge and that. So, you know, the soap thing isn't much to them.
What happened to, you used to be able to put a picture directly into doggone the chat rooms over here.
I don't know. They change a lot of things without, of course, our permission because it's their outfit. So whatever.
Well, then I'll just have to post the link, copy the link then. So I always want more than one way.
Yep.
There we go. Post. Duh. It's always more than one way to skin a cat. It's what they say.
Yeah, there is.
Anyway, I need to copy that link and put it over there into peopleforpeople.ning.com as well. All right, so maybe I'm a jerk sometimes, but after you've been aggravated for ever and a day, and after people have been lying to you and constantly lying to you, you know, a little simple common sense. Follow the yellow brick road and you'll find the source of corruption. He who has the gold makes the rules. That's the way it works. Crude oil, it's a gift from God. It's in everything. Can't run out of it. And if you want to get on there and foul mouth, then you get one of these free samples of you filthy foul mouth heathen.
Yeah, I admit I use some of those words sometimes, but I look at it this way. These words that we use that are supposedly so harsh aren't harsh enough in some cases.
Yeah, not compared to what I'd like to say.
Yeah. And believe me, when I start thinking of the government and the elites and that and what they're trying to do to us, yeah, I got some pretty nasty stuff to say to them. But it's all fact.
Yep. We bring the receipts.
And I tell them where they can go and what they can do with their garbage that they're trying to spew.
Hey, Lo, you still there?
You're probably napping.
I'm still here.
All right, do me a favor. You and Dave have a conversation because I got to take 5.
Well, I'm messing with my electrical here. I'm putting a new outlet in while I'm listening.
Yeah.
You guys have a conversation about it.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I got to exit stage right.
Yeah, my brother's making me out to be a foul-mouthed heathen. Wait till I start.
Yeah, there you go.
Ain't no talking smack about me while I'm gone.
Oh, I'm going to be a foul-mouthed heathen while you're going.
Yeah.
Hey, the video will tell on you, and I'll show it to Mom.
Yeah. That's okay. Luck will get even with you.
Well, I got to admit, that's about the only person him and I fear in this world is our mother.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's about the only thing that we fear.
Yep. As it should be.
It's just, he's right, though. It is just getting crazier and crazier every day.
It is. You believe that something's going to happen there in Texas or what?
Well, I'm hoping not. I'm hoping that the American people will realize that they're just trying. It almost like it is a setup for them. That they're trying to do another January 6th.
Yeah.
And they stay calm. I hope they all do show up down there. I really do. But I hope
do
they
too.
stay calm and don't let any of these people influence them to do anything stupid. That'd be the only thing that I'm concerned about is people getting in there pretending to be Trump supporters, pretending to be patriots, and they're down there instigating, just like they did at January 6th.
Patriots won't be instigating. It won't be them. If anything, it'd be Antifa and BLM and
Right.
Demon Rats.
Yeah, just hope it's not another ploy to make it look like Biden is the good guy, which we all know. And all you have to do is just pay attention. We all know.
Although I would ask the FBI and the CIA to pull some stupid stunts.
Oh yeah. Anymore, I just don't trust.
Their forte lately.
Yeah. It's hard to believe anything anymore. It's hard to trust anybody anymore. Bear with me. My dogs are barking now. So it is. When you start losing that trust in people, to gain it back, it just gets harder and harder.
Yeah, it does.
Come on.
You got to question everything, and that's unfortunate. I mean, you can't trust anybody anymore, really.
Yeah, that's just it. I mean, it's to the point where, my brother and I both have had so much stuff go on in our lives to where the trust factor has gone. And when you lose that trust, and they keep coming back and saying, well, you can trust me, you can trust me. Sorry, we've been through enough. We just don't have that trust anymore.
Well, there used to be a saying where, you don't live this long by being stupid, but apparently there's a whole generation coming up that can prove that wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
I don't know.
Most of what's going on out there as far as political and media wise and government kind of deal right there is all intentional to get you to not trust. That's how you destabilize nations. That's how you break a society up, is you get them to the point where they don't trust anything. And right now, we're at the stage right now where nobody trusts the executive, legislative, and/or the judicial branches of the United States government. They don't trust their parliaments. They don't trust their local town councils. They don't trust their school boards. They don't trust the media. And in a lot of cases, they don't even trust each other anymore. What better way to destabilize the world, eh? Paul Harvey, 1965. If I were a devil, he laid it all out. How you would do it. He said, if I were the devil, I'd just keep on doing what I'm doing.
Yep.
There you go. G. Edward Griffin, Florida State University, 1969. Look it up. More dangerous than war. Go look it up. You want to hear John F. Kennedy before he was assassinated? Want to hear what he had to say? He tried to tell you about all this. Martin Luther King, he had a dream. He wanted you to be judged by the content of your character, not the color of your skin. Nowadays they flip the script. So either way, it is what it is. But they lied to you about slavery. They lied to you about racism. They lied to you about climate change. They lied to you about global warming. They lied to you about climate disruption. They're lying to you now. They censor you. They block the truth. Everything that was normally immoral is now moral. It's upside down world.
It's clown world for sure.
Yep. So how do you fix all that? Well, we the people got to come together and say enough's enough. We got to stop supporting the systems. And, I guarantee you stop supporting YouTube. YouTube's a big platform. Google's a big platform. And so they are able to do what they do because people keep going there. You need a mass exodus from YouTube. You need a mass exodus from people who say, you know what, we're tired of your platform, so we're going to go build our own, and then turn around and make sure that you keep that freedom of speech thing in mind when you're doing your new platform. And combined, all you ladies and gentlemen out there on YouTube combined have more than enough money to do exactly what YouTube is doing. You can get the same kind of servers, the same kind of software, and you can do your own version of it. You can have your own media outlet. ShazizRadio.com. I can post my own videos on my own website. Do that on your own website. Get your own website out there and post your videos there and tell everybody you got to come there if they want to see it. Have your own advertisers. But once you do a mass exodus from YouTube and do a mass exodus from Google, then you won't have these issues anymore. Do a mass exodus from Facebook. Go start your own Facebook. You want your friends and family to know what you're up to? Go send them a link to your website. They can come over and see your website. You know, that's how you do it. Stop buying their lies. Stop watching CNN and MSNBC and ABC and all their stupid shows. Stop supporting them. When you stop supporting them and the money stops coming in, they go out of business. You the people have the power to take down every single corporation in the world if you so choose to do so. You keep the ones you like, you get rid of the ones you don't. Now, see, the thing about it, you got to give credit to the leftists. The leftists know that all they got to do is complain and piss and moan and say, we're not going to buy your product anymore. And the bigwigs at these big box stores will basically fold under pressure, and they will literally put stuff in there that's going to offend the other side. The majority of their sales. And they haven't figured this out yet. Budweiser figured it out. Bud Light figured it out. They found out the hard way. You know, people are tired of having that stuff shoved in their face. People are tired of being called racist. They're tired of all this lies, all the false science. You the people want to come together, then you can solve it. You see all the states stand behind Texas. That's how you get it done. So give credit to where credit's due. The man stood up, you know, and everybody stood behind him. That's how you get it done. Don't back down. They can't afford not to back down. You think about, does China want to nuke the United States? Hell no, China don't want to nuke the United States. Does Russia want to nuke the United States? Hell no, they don't want to nuke the United States because, number one, they don't want to get nuked either. But the thing is, they've all got money involved in this deal. You're at the playground right now. You're in Disneyland. You're at Worlds of Fun, right? You're what keeps the money pot going. You don't want to kill off all your customers. So China knows that they got money invested in there. Why would they want to destroy their own investment? It'd be stupid. They need what we got. They need you to go to work. They need you to get out there and be controversial with one another. That's how they make the money. The hospitals make money because you're all out there hurting each other. The jails make money because you're all out there hurting each other. It's the way it works. We have for-profit prisons. They make money by how many beds that they can keep full. It's a scam from top to bottom, a money scam. Money laundering, drug running, human trafficking, slavery, using you for guinea pigs. And all along, you're playing this game. Every once in a while, somebody gets lucky and they get a little bit of reward because they bucked the system. You know, they win against the bank or they win against somebody who did them wrong. But it's very rarely. That is just to allow a little bit of appeasement for the slaves out there. Because if everybody sees an injustice and nothing's done about it, then you have to throw somebody under the bus once in a while as the criminals. That's what they do. You throw somebody under the bus once in a while. And everybody thinks you're the good guy. In the Jericho series, they literally blamed it on North Korea when it turned out it was their own people that did it. The same people who did it literally came in at the end as the rescuers, breaking the new school books. Life imitates art is what they say. Take a good long look. Go watch these damn movies. Go watch the Civil War movie. Go watch the movie that the Obamas put out, spreading hate and racism and fear.
Yeah.
Oh, hack your computers. Planet X is coming to get us. There's a terrorist behind every freaking bush. Doomsday. Y2K. Remember all that? Look, you people got to wake the hell up. This was a marketing ploy. Right there, Y2K used to, whenever you hit it, it used to make this crashing noise, but the battery's apparently dead in it. But somebody made money off of it. That should have been your first clue. How many of these were made? Do you think this is the only one? That's the Y2K bug. They made a lot of money off of that. They sold guns, they sold ammunition, they sold gasoline, they sold medical supplies, they sold all kinds of different prepper equipment, tents, generators. They were making money hand over fist. All they had to do is scare you. And some people knew it. Some people knew what was going on. They knew the truth, so they made this right here. This is amusing. Ha 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 ha. And then turn around after it's all said and done and nothing went down like they said it was. Oh, it was just a laugh. Better safe than sorry. But look at there. You got a new cool toy. Hooray. You're being duped. You're being freaking had. That's how they play that game. They're going to tell you that they're going to ban your guns. The government's going to seize your guns. We're going to ban all guns. If you're stupid enough to let them do it, then you'll live like Canada. And if you're stupid enough to let them do it, you'll live like Australia. If you're stupid enough to let them do it, you'll live like Scotland and Ireland and all the other places around the world where they don't have that Second Amendment. Don't let them do it. And you might have to pay a price. That United States Constitution and the Bill of Rights came at a price. And it came at one hell of a cost. This American flag came at a price. At one hell of a cost. Believe me, unless you all stand together, you're going to pay that price the hard way. Once you lose your freedom, it's going to play hell getting it back. You know what you got to do to get your freedom back after you lose it? You got to go to war. And you got to win. It's hard to win when it's a pitchfork.
That's the saying. You can vote your way into communism, but you got to fight your way out of it.
Yep. That's the way it works. And then when you try to speak up and rally the troops and say, hey, let's go against the government, they're going to execute you. And nobody's going to want to stand up with you because they're going to be afraid. This is like the prisoner effect. I can't remember what they call that, but the prisoners won't stand up against the guards. There's only a few guards in there. Every once in a while they get brave and they try it, but then they bring in the reinforcements. But because they brought in reinforcements before, they know they're going to do it again. But most prisoners won't stand up because they don't believe the guy next to them is going to stand up. Who doesn't believe the guy next to them is going to stand up? That's how that works.
That's the difference between bravery and cowardice.
Yeah.
Even though you're scared of things, I mean, you could die. You stay there and you stand your ground.
I put my face on the line, right? I'm not afraid. Government knows who I am. They know where I've been. They know where I served. They know the goods and the bads about me. Government knows everything there is to know about me.
Yeah.
So I'm not afraid. They know what'll happen if they kick my door in. Is it worth it for them to do that? Maybe one day it might be. Maybe one day I'll get assassinated for my views. But until then, I'm going to stand my ground.
Me too.
I believe in the United States Constitution and the Bill of Rights, and I still believe in the American dream. I still believe in freedom. I still believe in equal justice under the law. Yeah. And it's starting to fade. I'm watching. There's no equal justice under the law in today's day and age. I don't trust the courts, the executive, legislative, or the judicial branches of government. I have no faith in them because of their track record, because of what they've done, and because of what they're still doing. You want to change that? Get elected into office and do your duty. Do your duty as according to the Constitution and protect that thing.
I tried to. I really did. I tried to do that, and unfortunately, the people didn't want to listen. I called out the fake media. I called them out. I mean, right to their faces, and said, "Hey, you know, if you guys should tell the truth, things would be a whole lot better. But instead, you're pushing the lies that these people are doing."
You remember this recent episode with Carrie Lake, and she recorded being bribed?
Yeah, there's another one now.
Yeah.
There's a second one.
So there you go, man. And that tells you the inside. You know, even in the Republican Party, on both sides of the fence, there's corruption. They want to keep what they've got, and it's like the mob. It's like the mafia. You know. You know, it's like the biggest supposedly legalized gang in the world.
Yeah.
And that's
I found it funny that Kerry Lake released a second one. Now I question whether or not there's more. And it wouldn't surprise me if there was.
Oh, I'm sure there is.
The corruption runs deep. The deep state runs deep. And Trump didn't realize that the first time that he was in as president, but he knows now.
Well, hopefully he'll get back in there, and hopefully he'll clean house, and hopefully the people will support him.
Well, what's funny is how the demon rats are saying that Trump's going to get in and weaponize. He's going to be a dictator. You know what? He did say he'd be a dictator for the first day.
Yeah.
But well, he's not going to weaponize the system. The Democrats already weaponized the whole system.
They're doing everything that they're accusing everybody else of doing. That's
right.
What's that one doggone thing that they keep talking about all the time? Oh, dang it. Conspiracy theorists talk about it all the time. Essentially, where you're literally blaming people for the same crimes that you're committing. There's a it's actually in a book that they wrote. What the hell is that called?
And that's what they're doing. It's a double standard.
Yeah.
What's good for thee isn't good for me.
You go read the Communist Marxist Handbook, and it tells you how their plans, how they plan on doing things, and literally destabilizing nations. And then you run in there and you put your elected officials in there that are going to be more towards what you want, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's the Communist Manifesto, isn't it?
Yeah. Still trying to remember that one word. It's actually two words, I believe.
Yeah.
What's the Hegelian dielectric, whatever? How do you say that?
What?
The Hegelian. Let me look it up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good idea because I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Hope Google can. There it is.
Just so out of whack, and we need to bring everything back into a controllable. Well, not controllable. Control. I don't like the word control.
Hegelian dielectric, an interpretive method in which the contradiction between a proposition, thesis, and it is an antithesis. It resolves at a higher level of truth, synthesis, whatever. There's something that I'm not even saying it right, but there's a way that they use this particular method by which they can propagandize you. Do things to you, problem, reaction, solution kind of thing.
Yeah.
They create a problem and they come in with the solution kind of thing. So that's what they're doing.
Yeah, we need to bring things back into balance. I mean, they're so far out of whack. It's pathetic.
Well, there's only one way to do that, man.
Yeah, there is.
That's to get through to everybody's head. But the problem is, you got everybody and his brother believing everything under the sun, and they all oppose each other. None of them want to sit down and put their ego aside. Everybody wants to be famous. Everybody wants to be rich and known. And it's dog eat dog world where everybody's stabbing each other in the back and stepping all over each other, which is intentional. And that's the way the system was designed, to keep you pitted against one another.
Yeah.
As long as they can keep that going, the for-profit prisons make money, the hospitals make money. They can keep on propagandizing you and telling you, oh, eat this and eat that, or try this, and then they put the side effects down there in front of you, and you still take it.
Yeah. It's crazy.
No natural remedies are allowed. No common sense is allowed. No religious faith is allowed. You can't talk about God. You can't talk about on a holiday. You want to do Christian things on a holiday. You can't do that in school. They're going to talk about aliens from outer space, or something that's anti-biblical because you might offend somebody. So you got to get over the offending people. A little white kid wearing a T-shirt with an American flag on during Cinco de Mayo gets kicked out of school because he might offend the Mexican kids. Well, the Mexican kids now live in America. You're either proud of America or you're proud of Mexico. But here in America, you can celebrate both if you like. But
I look at it this way. If you're living in a country and your loyalty isn't to that country, you shouldn't be in that country.
Well, equal justice means that if you can wear the Mexican flag in America, I can wear the American flag in America.
Listen, I'm okay with everybody being, supporting their ancestry and whatever, and being, glad that they're whatever.
When you
But
come,
the reality of the whole thing is, at the end of the day, your loyalty has to be to the country you're in, to working with people to make things better. And if anybody who believes that or trusts the government is fooling themselves, they're backing the wrong horse, because the government doesn't care about you.
When you come across the border waving the Venezuelan flag or the Mexican flag, you're not immigrating, you're invading. When you take that flag and you stick it down in the dirt, you're literally telling America you just claimed that piece of land.
Listen, do you think that these terrorists that are coming across and these gang members give a shit about you or anybody else in the country? No. All they care about is their own agenda. And that's the people that we need to keep out of the countries. And the problem is our government's letting more of these clowns in.
Yep.
And Kat's going to have to put an end to it.
They're doing it on purpose.
Yeah, they are. It's all done by design. And the elites push it because they don't care. They're going to be safe in their bunkers and that while you're fighting on the streets with these people. And that's wrong.
The global warming, climate change, climate disruption is a scam. It's to steal from stupid people. The border crisis is a scam. It's stealing from stupid people. It literally is allowing an illegal invasion to occur to overwhelm your system. And if you don't understand that by now, then go to New York and go to Chicago, because they're finally getting it. So now that they're interested in possibly putting up a fence, the narrative is starting to change around. Your bank accounts are under attack. Your infrastructure is under attack. Your food and your supply chain are under attack. Your rights are under attack. And the common denominator about all this is literally it is happening worldwide. They want a world government. They want to be able to create enough chaos that when the chaos and the smoke clears, they can come out there like the supposed saviors, and they can have their one world government with your digital currency. You do what you're told. If you don't do what you're told, you don't get paid and you don't eat. And you lose freedom.
And here, the carbon tax is a scam. It's just a money grubbing scam to steal from the public. And over here now, apparently the liberals and the communist NDP are working on electoral reform because they know that they're screwed. The conservatives are going to win a majority over here, and they need to stop that. And that's why I believe wholeheartedly that they're trying to do electoral reform. Of course, behind closed doors.
Well, we got to work our way up out of here. But one last final note for YouTube out there, because I'm sure that you're going to A, censor this, or B, put a tag up underneath it, which to me is censorship, or B, C, or whatever, take the dang thing down. Whatever you do to me, just know this: it will be followed up by litigation. It will be followed up by litigation. I fully intend on taking it to the highest court in the land if you tamper with my free speech. I've read the rules. I know what can and can't be said on here. I have a right to my opinions. I have a right to my views. And I can say what I want in the United States of America because that's under the United States Constitution. You know, I will take repercussions for things that I say that exceed the First Amendment. Like, I'm not going to tell you I'm going to sit here and threaten somebody. I'm not threatening nobody. I'm having a conversation with my friends about things and the beliefs that we have. What we think is true, and we're putting the receipts on the table.
Yeah, and we're not advocating violence either.
Nope.
The reality of the whole thing is this. You know what? We're not looking to change the world on our own. What we're looking to do is give people information and let them decide what world they want to live in. They want to be in a free world, or they want to be under communist rule and being told what they can do and when they can do it. Yeah, my opinion of things is my opinion. And, you know, over here, a lot of stuff is considered hate speech. Well, I'm terribly sorry. You know what? The truth is the truth. Call it what you will, but it's still the truth at the end of the day.
Yep. You know, I'm serious, YouTube. I hope you're listening in. Make sure you get a good printout of this. Number one, I'm pissed off that my name didn't make it on that list for the climate, the HTTPS counterhate.com research new climate denial. New climate denial. My name's not on that list. Why? All right. We need to remedy that. Everybody out there, make sure that my name gets on that list because I am the king of the denial of their lies and their propaganda and false science. If anybody wants to debate it, bring it on. Bring it on. I'm ready for you. Bring Bill Nye the Science Guy and Neil deGrasse Tyson with you. Let Neil drop a microphone and tell you, hey, that's gravity. I'll show you gravity, fool.
Yeah, the problem is that the gravity of this whole thing is that what hangs in the balance is freedom.
Yeah, that's it. And the thing about it is, I served my country. Right? I served it with honor. And I'm going to continue to do so till the day I die. And I'm going to fight against tyranny. I'm going to fight against censorship. And you put one of those Wikipedia down up underneath my doggone video, or you delete the video and you falsely accuse me of some sort of egregious something or another, you better have your receipts ready for the judge, buddy. Because I'm gonna take it to the Supreme Court. I'm gonna take it all the way through the system. I'm gonna take it to the People's Court. I'm gonna take it to the Court of Public Opinion. Don't do it. That's what I'm telling you right now. Don't do it. I'm putting this up on YouTube. Don't do it. Anyway, Dave, you got any last words of wisdom before we get out of here?
Yeah. Let's hope and pray that things aren't going to explode down on that border. But I do support Texas. An invasion is an invasion. There's a big difference between invasion and immigration. Immigration people are vetted properly coming into this country, and they're coming in because they want a better life. They want to work with us so we can all have a better life. Invasion is when you got people coming in that want to destroy your way of life and don't care how many people they harm in the process. That I have issues with.
Yep. I agree. Lo, you got any last words of wisdom?
No, I think you pretty much said it all.
Cool. All right. Well, another note to YouTube. You owe me money. Pay up, scumbags. You ripped me off. Owe me like 60 some odd bucks. I want it. You put your crappy ads up on there. Now put your money where your mouth is and pay me.
Yeah, and put your YouTube videos back up.
Yeah. So I'll see you in court. Don't mess around with me. You don't know who you're playing with. Anyway, I'm going to give us a peace sign up out of here for the Rumble crowd and play us up out over there. And YouTube, I got my eyes on you, scumbags.